I've shared my thoughts on several different platforms. And today, I'm speaking also to pharmacists. So while they are setting up, I want to ask here, how many of us use AI? Okay, we have a few hands. How many of us hate AI? Somebody hates AI there. How many of us feel that AI will make us lazy? Okay, one person. Two, the same person who hates AI feels it can make us lazy. Okay? How many of us feel that AI is from the devil? These are issues that have been raised. That's why I'm asking them. I want to know so that we know from which angle we are coming from. Actually, I've seen a preacher who says people should be afraid of AI because they said there's something called God mode. And if you go to that God mode, it will replace God. A few weeks ago, I was on radio. I was talking about AI. A pastor called in and said, how can he use AI in his ministry? And every caller after that call was getting angry. Why will a pastor ask AI to help in his ministry?
I'm sorry, sir. Please, can we bring down the volume? If you want to have a conversation, you can step out. It's unfair to deprive other delegates here deny them the opportunity of listening to this very important session. Please, can we settle down? There are seats all over the place. Can we sit down and then maybe step out to have conversations? This is not nice. He came all the way to Kaduna, from Kaduna to Enugu for this session. And it's a 2-hour workshop. So please, you have the floor again. Sorry about that. We are men of honor, please.
So every caller after then was condemning use of AI in the ministry. I think what is happening is there's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to AI. Many people think that AI is a spirit somewhere that responds to queries, questions, and tasks that is being given. But it is not so. AI is actually computer, mathematics, neuroscience, psychology, everything put together in a computer. Just like we as individuals are knowledgeable on several different things, computers are now knowledgeable on several different things. And how did you get to the stage now that you are knowledgeable? It's because you are trained. And the reason why AI today is so knowledgeable is because it was also trained. So imagine that in your 5 years in school, you are able to learn pharmacy, psychology, biochemistry, mathematics, sociology, name every field there is. If I ask you a question, will you be able to answer it? Of course. So AI is not a spirit standing somewhere. AI is computer, just the normal computer that you have. It's just that it is stored somewhere in a server. And now when you query it, using probability, we did probability in mathematics. Using probability, it brings out responses to you. Okay? So, it is not a devil, and I want us to open our minds to it. Secondly, I also want to say that don't look at AI as technology. If you look at AI as technology, you will deal with it as technology. But if you look at AI as, in quote, a friend, a consultant who knows so much, then when you are dealing with it, you deal with it at that level and you are going to get the best out of the tool. It's like we're having stress, so let's continue. We can still learn even without going online or without being streamed, okay? So, as introduced, my name is Gabriel Gambo Nmadu. I'm a pharmacist. I graduated from Nmadu University's area in 2001. I currently work with Kaduna State Ministry of Health as a supply chain performance improvement coordinator. However, I also run my own personal business, the AI Mastery Academy, which is one of the top leading AI academies in Nigeria. I run it under HealthTech Innovation. HealthTech Innovation is a business or firm created to help healthcare practitioners imbibe digital skills as well as tech skills so that it can enhance their capability at work. I believe that as for you to get the best of technology, you need what is called domain knowledge. And domain knowledge is your professional knowledge. Now, you marry professional knowledge with digital skills or technical skills, and you can create something outstanding in your profession. So that's why we created HealthTech Innovation. By the way, HealthTech Innovation is also a winner of the Tony Elumelu Foundation grant. So we got $5,000 to start this business. One of the things I teach in my AI Academy is how to win grants. I also won You Win Grant 10 million in 2015. Thank God I'm not in the north. There are no kidnappers here. All right. So now I'm also an MPhil student. I'm going towards getting my PhD in the next phase. And my area of interest is AI in operational and supply chain management. Another area where I'm very passionate about is AI in entrepreneurship. Now, there's somewhere also in relation to pharmacy that is very, very keen to my heart. In 2014, I created a website called Pharmacy MBA. We did a summit sometimes online on Facebook for 3 days where we brought pharmacists that are doing things online. It's my passion that I see pharmacists working online, creating things online, and changing the world online. So, I even ran a course last year, which we call AI-powered pharmacist program. And I want to believe that there might be some of my students here within this conference. So, my intention is to see what can I do to enhance our practice as pharmacists. What can I do to increase our productivity and efficiency? And what can I do to help us make extra money? AI has made me a lot of money, and I think if you imbibe it too, it will make you a lot of money. So, our agenda for today, we are going to look at AI fundamentals. By the way, I'm going to rush through part of the work because I want us to do practical. I'm not the kind of paper presenter that will present the paper and you say, oh, I've heard. I want you to leave here with something. How many of you desire to write a book? Okay, maybe we'll start writing our book from here. How many of you desire to have his own website? And I'm sure for this website thing, how many of you have already have a website? How much did you pay? 200,000? Okay, you can create your own website by yourself. How many of you want to start something online but you are confused, you don't know where to start from? You are going to go home with that. Then, I want to do 4 practical. What's the 4th one? How many of you, when you need to, if you say you should draw the head of somebody, there was one time my son drew myself, my wife, and him, and he drew circle and drew lines under it. How many of you can draw very well here? Artists? Very few. The rest of us, like me, if you ask me to draw a circle, I may not complete it, right? You are going to also create flyers. You don't need to pay graphic designers to do that. I saw somebody who posted something about ALPS, which was created by AI. Okay? So we're going to do those practical exercises. So, AI fundamentals. Then we'll look at AI in pharmacy practice. Then we'll go into the demonstrations. Then we'll look at ethics and responsible AI. This is very, very critical. Because health is high-stake industry. It's a high-stake environment. You don't want to toy with people's life. So you cannot entrust AI 100% to undo anything relating to health. So we're going to look at ethical use of AI and responsible use of AI. Okay? Then we'll also talk about our action plans going forward. Yesterday, when I was leaving, I told Dr. Nmadu that when I get to hotel room, I'm going to record this session so that even though you are not able to pick everything, you have something to fall back to. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that. Nothing lost, ma. Immediately after my session, I know you have other activities. When I get back to the hotel room, I'm going to record it. And I'm going to share it. I will give you a number that you send to and you go join a WhatsApp group. In addition, ALPS Kaduna, are we here? I think that ALPS Kaduna exposed me to ALPS National. They asked for one session in our AI in pharmacy, and I gave you how many sessions? Kaduna, I gave you how many sessions? 3. You asked me to speak for 2 hours. I'm going to give you 1 extra session next week. Will that help us? We can't cover AI in 2 hours. We can't cover AI even in the extra 1 hour. So I'm going to give you those extra sessions. So let's get started. Understanding AI in healthcare. So let's build the foundation. So what is artificial intelligence? I mentioned it earlier. Artificial intelligence is computers simulating human intelligence. So I talk, computers now talk. I see, computer now see. I'm sure you know that computer can see. We have driverless cars. How did they drive? They see. You hear, computer hear. Now there's something that differentiates us from every other thing, inanimate and co, is our ability to think and reason. Right? Now computers also think and reason. Of course, that's where the intelligence is coming from, right? So it is what humans do. We are now kind of giving part of it to computers to do it. So when a computer is simulating human activity, human intelligence, human capability, that is what is called artificial intelligence. So it's not a spirit. And how did it evolve? By the way, it is not when ChatGPT came that AI came. People have been studying AI for a long time. AI started in the 50s. Okay? And it grew to what it is today. We have drones working. We have autopilot that the aeroplane uses. All those things are AI. And a lot of time we use, what's it called? Google. Google is an AI tool. It's simulating library or librarian, right? So many people look at AI and are against it. No, it has always been there. And for those people who have concern about AI, I want to ask a question. How many of you here feel guilty for using a calculator? I have somebody that feels guilty for using a calculator. When calculator came, there were oppositions that it would make us lazy. Today, are you lazy because you're using a calculator? A time will come, AI will just be like a calculator. When even internet came, many people opposed it. Today, without the internet, a lot of things we cannot do. Okay? So there are different segments of artificial intelligence. We have machine learning, we have natural language processing, we have computer vision, and so many of them. Okay? Today, what most of us are familiar with using is what is called generative AI. Generative AI is artificial intelligence that generates something. It can generate words, text, videos, audio, images, and so on and so forth. Okay? And what it's meant to do is to help us. It's an assistant, not a replacement. Let me repeat that. AI is an assistant, not a replacement. As an assistant, it helps you do some of your work. So many of us have trained interns. Imagine that you have an intern that if you tell him compound something in a second, it's done. Go to the store and bring something in a second, it is done. Counsel a patient in a second, it is done. This super intern, if you have opportunity of employing him or her, will you do that? That is AI for you. It's an assistant that's helping you do a lot of things so that you do less of the things and concentrate on what requires only your judgment, your professional judgment. It can even help you with that area, but you have the final say when it comes to your professional judgment. Okay? Yes, sir. That part. So the question is, how much of it is a slice to you? I like talking about money. I know that money makes a lot of things go around as you should, okay? Now, there was a study that was done, 86% of executives who talks about people using AI locally. And something interesting in some of the research work I read, both in Nigeria and I think in Pakistan, the health workers that spearhead use of AI are pharmacists. So let's clap for ourselves. So it means we are in tune with modernity, right? Okay. And what does AI do in healthcare? Studies have shown that it reduces error by up to 30 to 40%. When you use AI in your work, it reduces error. Now, we are humans. Sorry, please. All right. Thank God. So, in what areas can we use AI? We are going to see some of them in practical terms as we go on, but we can use AI for drug discovery. For those of us in research, we know what it takes to come up with a drug moiety that we take to clinical trials. Many times, thousands of samples will have gone through. Today, in a short period of time, we get the candidate. You can screen out candidates that are not viable, that will give problem, or that doesn't have the result expected just by using AI in drug discovery. AI also can assist with clinical decisions. It can help with patient monitoring. It can also help with medical imaging, medication management, predictive analysis, administrative automation, patient engagement, and even in genomics. Okay? So, why does AI matter? Why does it matter? Healthcare is under pressure. You agree with me, right? However, AI is not a trend. People say it's something that will fade away. I'm sure, as you can see, it is galloping. Some of the things I'm going to teach you by next week, they'll be obsolete because newer things are coming out. Newer tools are coming out. Okay? So, there's rising patient expectation. When Google was the main thing, they used to tell us that people go to Google before coming to see you, right? Today, they don't go to Google, they go straight to AI. And many people tell them that what I get from AI, my doctors do not give them to me. So your patients are coming with high expectation. So if you hate AI and your patients have already embraced AI, you see that you are the one that is obsolete. Okay? Information overload. We have so much. New drugs are coming, new procedures are coming, new frameworks are coming, and we are expected to know all those things in this same single head. Okay? Then the worker burnout. You agree with me that we are overworked, right? The number of patients you see in the pharmacy every day is alarming. You don't have enough time to actually do pharmaceutical care, for example. You are not able to attend to them to your satisfaction. A patient comes, in many facilities, is still window dispensing. When they stop window dispensing and they have to come in and sit with them, they spend less than 2 minutes. Take this one 2-3 times. Take this one this. Take this one food. And that is all. Next patient is waiting. Because if you decide to do the full work, you might keep your patient till midnight. You also have to be there midnight. And the government is not employing more pharmacists. By the way, even they want to employ, I'm sure we don't even have enough that will cover everybody. Then we have limited time for education. Thank God we are having this now, and there's so much to learn professionally and several different areas of our practices. Okay? However, there's still good news for us as pharmacists because you are a trusted member of the healthcare. You are the bridge between the patient, and the prescriber as well as the system. you are trusted. So you have medication expertise. In actual fact, I used to say in many fora, irrespective of what the doctor uncovers, if there's no drug to treat the patient, it's useless. Right? Okay. You are the gatekeeper. You have a lot of data. In our office, we have so much data, we don't even know what to do with it. And data is life. Sometimes when you see that some organizations give you something for free, or they do a study for free, they're not doing it for free. Data. Why? I don't know whether you know that some people are against the government for allowing France to manage our tax system. It is not whatever government pays France that they are interested in. It's the data. All the NGOs coming in to do different things for us is the data. Data is the new oil well. And the person who has data controls the space. And pharmacists actually have all the data. Then we've already been trained on safety. I'm sure you know that your dispensing, if you are not B and above, you will not pass. That is we are known for precision. Then, of course, like I said earlier, patients trust us. Okay? So if they trust us, now let's look at it. How do we use AI in pharmacy? Okay? Now, we can use for medication management, which gives us an opportunity to safely dispense drugs every day. We check for drug detection. We do inventory forecasting. All of us are supply chain experts, irrespective of where you work. Okay? We look for adverse event. What is likely, who has a higher propensity to having adverse event at the end or by using a particular commodity or product. Then dosage optimization, prescription fraud detection. I mean, we do this. You keep seeing a pattern for prescription. There are some that are so subtle that you may not get it. You can also use AI to enhance that functionality. Then medication reconciliation. You can also use AI to achieve that. How about clinical support? AI, as your intelligent colleague, can help you with diagnosis assistant, treatment guideline alerts, lab value interpretation, and chronic disease management. When we were in school, for those of us who did ABU, there is this small book, blue book, that late Dr. Oduola wrote. We call it the passport of Malam Zezi. The book is lab data, and you are expected to know all in your head, in addition to pharmacology, in addition to Pharm Chem and all of them, right? So, at a time, many of us find it difficult to connect those information. Today, you don't have to stress yourself to get some things done. Okay? You don't have to stress yourself. Even lab results have range on them. So you could use AI also to interpret lab results that you get from your patient. Then AI can also help you with patient engagement. This is an area where I said we have limited time because of the patient load. Okay? So you can create medication reminder app. One of the problems we have is adherence, right? When they are with you and you tell them everything they will do, they are doing it. They go, they come back. You are saying that this person is not using the drug. But you say, no, I even took it this morning. How many of you have experienced that? All right. So many of them forget. What if you, as a pharmacist, can design your own app? I'm sure you don't know. How many of you can do coding here? Or programming? Python, R. Oh, we have one. I don't know how to do this, but you can create a tool. There are there's what is called no-code design today, and that's what you're going to use to design a website anyway. You can create something that sends reminder to your patient and says, it's time to take your drug. If we are able to do that follow-up, do you think it will help our patient with adherence? Imagine that you are the one that will take the phone and call all your patients. Will you have time to do the actual work which you have to do as pharmacists? So that's another way that AI can help you. You can also create a chatbot. Instead of every of your patients chatting you and asking questions, you can train AI to answer most of the questions that your patient have. We do it with MTN. When you call customer service, it takes you through a lot of things. If it is this, click this. If it is this, say this. Those are AI tools helping them reduce pressure on the customer care. And 1,000 people can call one tool at the same time and nothing happens. But you cannot pick more than one person's call at a time. Even banks use it. Leo for UBA is an AI tool. It's an agent. Okay? Then adherence monitoring. Then multilingual communication. How many of you from the south served in the north? That the only thing you know is Sanu, Magani, and the rest. Today, with AI, you can do some basic interpretation. There are a lot of people in the north that can read Hausa, but they don't understand English. You don't understand Hausa as well. You can use AI for multilingual communication. The same thing, Yoruba and Igbo. I heard that the Igbo version is not well articulated yet. I know it will get there. Hausa is a little all right. I can speak to Yoruba and I could feel one or two things. Unfortunately, I can't speak Igbo, so I may not be able to understand whether it's coming up. But perhaps maybe we'll try it today and see if it speaks Igbo. Oh, thank you, ma. I'm going to be around till Tuesday. I have another training in Uma here, so I'm still within. All right. Okay. So, what are the opportunities? My slide is not moving and I'm far away. AI makes mistakes sometimes. So, there are a lot of challenges which I've mentioned earlier, but there is a current opportunity. Now, Nigeria is a mobile first. In the whole world, Nigeria is number one when it comes to mobile first. Anything we do it first in our phone before we get to the laptop. Some of us, it is when it has become a big job that we go to the laptop to do it. We are mobile first. So that is an opportunity for us for mobile health. That's an opportunity for us for mobile health. Okay? Then, of course, digital transformation agenda is going around everywhere. We are having growing HealthTech startup ecosystem. My business, HealthTech Innovation, is also in this area. The AI Mastery Academy teaching healthcare workers how to use AI is also in this area. And there's enough space for all of us here to create a startup in AI, in the health space. Sometimes we think that some of these things should be left to tech people, coding. No. Even if you can't code, you should partner. You can partner with somebody who has the knowledge to create something that will help in the healthcare. I'm going to demonstrate some of the tools, simple tools I created, which if you create it, even if you're not using it for everybody, you can use it in your own organization. No, talk of the fact that you can create it and make it available for every organization to use it. And Naira and Kobo can follow that effort. Okay? So, of course, there are some issues which we are going to see as we go on. Okay? So, the opportunity, what AI helps us do is it helps our work go faster. It helps us access information quickly. It helps us improve patient communication. And it also helps us to innovate. You become more intelligent. I was speaking to an engineer some time ago, and he says he's always quiet. I'm going to be training their members in June. He said he keeps quiet, and when he does something, they will now say, is that good? You understand? So he partners with AI to increase his own capacity. So what is the outcome of all these features or benefits that come with AI? It reduces our workload. We have already identified that a lot of workload for us. It reduces our workload. It improves patient care. Now, in as much, it doesn't matter how much you know about drugs, there are still things you don't know. And there are even things that you know that you may not remember when you are faced with people that you need to serve. Using AI closes that gap for you, and you can now, your patient care and patient outcome improves. Then it can also give you professional influence. And this is one of the areas where I have in pharmacy MBA, I keep pushing. I used to be in e-commerce. I used to import things from China and sell. There was a boy, he's a lawyer. Even before he became a lawyer, he was in law school. He was selling herbal preparations for arthritis. I doubt if you ask him what arthritis is, he can't even explain it. But all of us here, we are experts when it comes to arthritis. As of then, that should be around 2020, 2021, 2022 or thereabout. This guy was raking in about 3 million naira every month. How many of our pharmacists were doing that then? And he was selling online. He imports the commodities from China and sells online. There are a lot of people that are talking about health. They know just barely. But you are an expert. And I used to quarrel with some pharmacists who says, I am an expert on drug. I say it's limiting. If you say you're an expert on drug, it means only drugs. But you're not only an expert on drug, you are expert on drugs, on health, on healthcare. After all, we are taught non-pharmacological intervention in many diseases. Are they drugs? They are not drugs. It's health. So, who says a pharmacist cannot begin to talk about weight loss? There's a pharmacist in a group that I belong to. That's what she does, weight loss. Who says a pharmacist cannot talk about sleep? In the conference in Gombe, there was a pharmacist that came from Delta that was talking about specialized pharmacies. And she was talking about sleep. And was even sharing how the best time to reach people that could not find sleep is in the night. So you do your marketing in the night to get those people. Because they cannot sleep, they see your content. And if you are known, maybe you have a pharmacy premises, and you are an expert on diabetes, you are expert on eye, you are expert on sleep, people will leave Abuja to Kaduna, people will leave Umaya to Enugu to come and consult you. There's no difference between what you know as relates to sleep, diabetes, and the rest. But you have singled yourself out, say, I am the diabetic pharmacist. It separates you from others. There is a lady I helped with Tony Olumelu Foundation application. She's in the UK now. She even won before I won. Okay? And she came just like every pharmacist. I want to do a pharmacy premises and stuff like that. All of us, if we want to start, apply for that, we are going to apply for the same thing. Pharmacy premises. Pharmacy premises. So why should I give you and not give her? But I told her, no. Create a specialized pharmacy. So she is not coming as a pharmacist who sells everything. Even though when her business starts, she's going to sell everything. But she positioned herself as a diabetic pharmacy. So now she's not talking about selling drugs. She's talking about management. She's talking about follow-up. She's talking about education and everything. If you see several pharmacies say, I want to start pharmacy, but this one say, I want to start diabetic, which of them is unique? So we have several areas that we can do a lot of things. And we don't have enough people doing it. In fact, very few people are doing it. See what Aproko doctor is doing online. Who says we cannot do it? Luckily, there are a lot of pharmacists that are also coming up and doing. We can do more. If all of us here decide to start our own Aproko pharmacists, there's still space for us. Okay? Those are parts of some of the things that I actually talk about. And now, there was a time I did monetize the pharmacy. And I was talking to someone, that was after the conference, national conference in Kaduna. And he was saying that, do you know that many people think that pharmacists, what we are trained in school is to read doctors' handwriting? Yes, many people think that. You understand? Of course, more people are getting enlightened, but that was the thought. Now, how do you make yourself important? You have to go out there. I know that in school, many pharmacists are not always going out. We are always facing book. Okay? Please, go to Facebook and face that book by delivering content. There are a lot you can do. You can make a difference. We have the time. I was talking to some pharmacists who joined my Monetize Your Pharmacy class, and I was telling them, you can become somebody's personal pharmacist. You can become somebody's personal pharmacy. And the person will pay you monthly. It's not every day you are consulting them. There was a time I enrolled for a weight loss program. And what she does is, in the morning, she will send message, it's time for your breakfast. Make sure you do this. By afternoon, you will send the same thing. Do you think if we are 100, you are sending to us one by one? No. Broadcast. One message, continue. Even my current AI Master Academy, in the morning, I've not done today's corner. In the morning, I press forward, send, case close. I've done today's work. Tomorrow, I do the same thing. I created it once, but I keep selling it. I created it in April last year. I keep selling it. Not April, February. I created some in March, some in April, but I keep selling them daily. And they are enjoying studying it. And I collected my money in my pocket. See me here now talking. They are there consuming the content. I don't have to sit down to record afresh. So we can do a lot of that. That's pharmacy influence. And AI makes it easier for you. AI can help you do research in an area that you can face. We have Perplexity to help us do that. Then, of course, new income opportunity. One of us who was in one of my programs wrote a book, and she sold over 40 pieces. She's dancing in the front here. And she was not serious selling, no. If she was serious selling, I'm sure she would have sold 100. Calculate 5,000 times 100 for something she wrote in less than 24 hours. Yes, that is the wow. I like that. I want us to wow. By next conference, in 2 years' time, I want us to come, everybody come with a private jet. Candy. All right, so these are the opportunities that are available to us. So, what areas can you use AI now? Drug information summary, patient education, medication counseling, pharmacy awareness, as well as workflow automation. We are going to do a few practical sessions in these areas to see how these things work. We are not going to go very deep. Some of them will require a lot of explanation, will require a lot of prompting. We don't have the time. Okay? We can have time to do some other things later. Okay. So the future pharmacist, who is he? Who is she? Is a person that is AI enabled. Whether you like it or yes. The future pharmacist is AI enabled. The future pharmacist will not be replaced if he or she is AI enabled. And because it's AI enabled, what happens? His activities, his presentations, everything is enhanced. Okay? So AI gives the pharmacist the power to serve more patients at higher quality with greater professional authority. How many of you like the slides you're seeing since we started? The design. I'm sure you know that I'm not the one that sat down on Microsoft PowerPoint to do it. AI created it from beginning to the end. Are we following? Nobody is. How many of you are angry now that you know that it's AI that did it? So do you see my presentation looks very fluid, very beautiful because AI helped me. Can I do it? Yes. How much time will it take? A lot. Can AI do it? Yes. How much time will it take? A little. So why should I suffer myself? I don't know whether there's any award. Then we watch a movie when we were younger, Modern India. How many of you watch Modern India? Yes. Well, how many of us want to be in that woman's situation? Nobody. So nobody gets award for the person that suffers the most. So why should we stress ourselves? All because it is called AI. Meanwhile, we have been using AI. You include those people that said they hate AI. Madam that raised her hand that she uses AI, do you do autocorrect on your phone? You are typing something and you suggest something and you click it. You see? You are using what you hate. All right. So, I want us to be the future pharmacists. Whether you are in clinical practice, community practice, industrial, regulatory, administrative, or anywhere. Whether you are non-clinical pharmacists like us, breathe AI into what you do. So, I created a framework. It's called I framework. The first is assess. You need to know where AI can help you. How many of you have seen these adverts? For those of us 40 and above, they will say, if you are 40 and above, stop using AI like Google. How many of you have seen that on Facebook? And they will tell you, learn one tool every day. By 15 minutes a day. By the time you got to 28 days, you'll be the most dangerous person in the room. How many of you bought the course? I sell course, so I will say don't buy. No, that's not the reason. But look at it. What they are teaching you is tools. And they are very good tools. However, you are not here to use tools. You are here to solve a problem. So, it's, for example, I'm teaching you vehicles. I'm teaching you how to ride a bicycle, how to ride a motorcycle, how to drive a car, how to drive a truck, how to drive a forklift, caterpillar, and all, airplane and everything. I teach you all. Do you need all of them? But if you want to, maybe you are a farmer, right? And you know you want to plow your field by yourself. Which vehicle will you learn to drive? A tractor or a caterpillar, right? So do you see now, if you had learned all those that one, you'll have wasted your time. The time you used in all those ones, you should channel it to what? The one that is beneficial to you. That's why I'm using this framework. First, assess where is AI going to help you. Which areas in your practice do you want AI to help you? Okay? Then the next one is integrate. Which tools can help me? Which tools can help me? Then the third one is, now that you have seen the tools that can help you and you have learned those tools, you want to reimagine your practice. How can I make this deeper? That's the reimagine. You look at a lot of things that you do. Now that maybe you know how to create an agent, you know how to create an app, you're now thinking, in my practice, how can I use an app? Let me do an app that will help with medication adherence. You get it now? Then the E is expand. Now that you know how to use it, show others to do it. Become leader. The way I'm charting my position as a leader in AI education. So do you see the process? This versus 15 minutes a day, which one do you think will help you more? Okay, they say a word is enough for the wise. All right, so I've explained this one. Assess opportunities, integrate AI tools that you're going to use, reimagine services, and expand your impact. So it's like we're getting to where we're going to do live. How many of you have ChatGPT installed now? Okay, we should start from there, right? Now, one of the issues that people have with ChatGPT is, people call ChatGPT ordinary ChatGPT. That ChatGPT can do a lot though. That too, if it's the only thing you know how to use at all, it can take you very far. You know, there was Claude. By the way, the slides were created by Claude. Okay? And there are several of them. There's Manus. That one is crazy. There are several of them. So very, very powerful tools everywhere. But my default tool is ChatGPT. Any day, anytime. And by the way, even the free is more than enough to start. Even the free is more than enough to start. There's a student of mine called me and said, which paid one should I do? Can I do this one and do this one? I said, no. Yeah, I have the paid one. When I have to do analysis, maybe data analysis that is plenty, I go to the paid one. Otherwise, I do most of my things on the free one. And by the way, the truth is, the paid one is more intelligent, gives you wider scope. But how many of us who are still learning how to touch AI will want to spend 33,000 naira or thereabout for a start to test the market, to test the water with the free one? Okay? Now, another thing is, we pick up ChatGPT and start using. Remember what I said about AI? I said we train AI, right? We train AI. So how do you train AI? You give it information. Now, on your ChatGPT, there's a place you can give it information that it knows you and it works for you. There's that setting also on the other tools, right? So can we bring our ChatGPT? Even if it's this the only thing you are able to do today, fine. Are we there? At the top, near the name ChatGPT, you will see 2 lines. Click on it. What came out? Yeah. So, did you see your name? Okay. When you open ChatGPT, at the top left-hand corner, you will see 2 lines. Click on those 2 lines. Have you done that now? Whether you're using iPhone or Android, it's the same thing. Then when you go down, you see your name. Click on your name. You have not downloaded it. Start downloading it now. Don't worry. Remember I said I will do the page that they recorded. I will include this. You are coming for ChatGPT. I did not download the only ChatGPT that many people know. Sorry, AI. The only AI that people know. Okay, go to your Play Store and download. But you don't even need to go to Play Store. You can go to your browser. It didn't show you. What did it show you? It should be the last thing at the bottom. Are you using an iPhone? Android? Your name should be at the bottom. How many of you see your Okay. Are you using the app? Okay. I use the browser. Okay, when you clicked it, on the right-hand side, you will see your initials. This is where you need, that is, make it you. Isn't it? So click on personalization, let's see. Have you clicked it? Let's not take too much time. There are more serious things to do. Are you there? So there is base, style, and tone. Click the drop-down arrow. You see default, professional. So the question is, how do you write? How do you write? Remember we are doing what? Personalization. How do you write? You want it to be default. You want it to be professional, friendly, candid, quirky, efficient, or cynical. Choose the one that aligns to you, with you rather. Have we done that? The next one is what? Character, right? Where are you? I may not have time to go around everybody, but you are not logged. Choose Google. Okay. Choose one of your Google accounts. So you have not created, you are creating an account. Okay. The question is, those are different personalities. Those are different personalities. Thank you very much. Those are different personalities. Pharm 2 will go around to some of us. Click on the advance. Did that earlier. Me too. Supposed to close it and try again. So he's talking about how you write. Okay? The next one is characteristics, right? Click on it. It will say warm, enthusiastic, headers, and the rest. So click each of them and choose what you want. However, for that headers lists, headers and lists, for me, I click less. The reason is, if you leave it at default, you'll be writing a short this thing and you see like 2, 3, 4, 5 headers. Every paragraph has a heading. You don't want that. And I'm sure nobody wants to be announcing the whole world and say, I'm using AI to write. They are not hiding it, but you don't have to announce it. Okay? All right. So I'll choose less. Then emoji. This is also another place. You write an article and you see it's full with emojis. It doesn't come out very well. Emojis are good, but it should be sparingly. I choose less. Have you done that? So that is the first part of personalization. It's you description. You know, it's you I describing. I'm just bringing those parts differently because they influence one or two things. Okay? Then some of us have share anything you'd like ChatGPT to consider. Is it in your own? Okay. Now, in that area, you are expected to describe yourself more. What do you want ChatGPT to know about you? Tell it a lot about yourself. What you do, how you talk. Are you empathetic? Your vision. Now, some people will be saying, if I tell ChatGPT too much about myself, whatever, don't worry. It will help you. It's your assistant. Okay? Let's get out of that place. After you're done, the advance, ensure that you activate web search. Okay? So let's go back to that same. Don't worry. You can do that later. We have less than 2 hours. We have less than. Okay, we have done 35 minutes. Okay, we have some more time. Almost an hour, right? Because I started before we set up this. Okay. Now let's go back to where we saw personalization and click on memory. You can, on that memory, you can reference saved memory. So what this means is the work you have done with it before. When you are doing another work, it can use information from there. Here. There was a time, I don't know where he got any information from. He keeps saying, I had MBA in marketing. And I don't have MBA in marketing. Every time I correct it. So one day I now start with it and say, for the last time. Remember I said talk to it like a friend. And since that day, no more MBA. I used to get angry with it. You see, that's where you take control. You are not taking it hook, line, and sinker. I wrote about it on my LinkedIn. You don't take what it gives you hook, line, and sinker. That's where your own human part comes in. It's helping you. Remember that intern I described? If the intern is supposed to be a salicylic acid ointment and is adding something else that is not supposed to add, what are you supposed to do? You say no. You correct it. That's how AI is. Are we together? All right. So you can talk to it and correct it. And the more you correct it, the more it gets to know you. It knows your preference. If he writes something and you correct it how you should write it, next time it will follow that pattern. Okay? So on these memories, you can give it a nickname. Okay? You can talk about your occupation. You can also say more about yourself. There is this part I want to go to. If you scroll down, you will see general. Language is there. Notification. Group chat. The reason why I was using the other one, this one here is paid. There are some things that are unpaid that are not in. Let me go back. For those of you using the browser, after you click personalization, the first part is general, right? The next part is notification. Did you see that? So you may not have to bother about that. We have already done personalization. The next one is app. Just check around, you'll see it. App. You can connect your ChatGPT with several apps. You can connect it with several apps. Canva, Khan Academy, and so many other GPTs. That one is not useful to us now. Oops. Sorry. The next one is data control. Did you see it? Data control is on by default, right? Now, what that part means is any information that you do, or whatever it is you do on ChatGPT may be used to train the bot to understand that. Which means it's possible for some of our information to seep into their network. Right? So put that one off. Data control. Put it off. So whatever you do is for you only. Now, there's another level of AI that works only on your laptop. Claude has Claude control. Just turn it off. Yes. Just click, it will go off. Then that's that on that area. Okay? Is there? Mine is off. Because this one I'm using now is the free one. Okay, the next one should be security. Security. I want you to go to that multi-factor authentication. Turn it on. Then let's go to the next one, which is parental control. It's not what? I don't know what's wrong today. Even mine is not even responding. You should be on. It's to protect your account. That is the purpose, to protect your account. You may need to use a Google Authenticator. Please, don't worry. Let's not hold it back. I will sort it out and I will share with us. That's no problem. Can we move on? Thank you. My own has even decided not to come on again. Scroll to the left. What? Parental control. Yes, if maybe your child uses your WhatsApp, you want to limit what he or she has access to. Sorry, it's not opening. I can't put all those things in my head. Aha. Yeah. So you can link your account. That's what I mean. So you can add your family member. If you click on it, you need to import the person's details, the email. Sorry? Parental control, you will see add family member. If you want to add family member, many of us may not want to do that, so it's not a problem. Okay? So the person you are adding, is it your parent or is it your child? They will. They will have access. The two will be connected. I think that's that about that setup. So, but there's a part that we didn't spend much time on, which you need to work on later. That personalization place, where you are supposed to give information about yourself. That custom information. You sit down and write about what you want to achieve with ChatGPT. You do the same thing for Claude and every other one. Whatever you do on ChatGPT also is available for Claude. Now you write about your profession, your emotions. There are some things that have not been captured. Your dreams, anything that you feel will. So when you write, when you do anything, you do it as a whole. You don't leave your marital consideration aside when you are doing some things. You don't leave your religion aside when you are doing some things. You don't leave your morality aside when you are doing something. You want, when it's writing, you should write in that capacity. So as much as possible, you can describe yourself. When you describe yourself, every time it's speaking to write anything or create anything for you, it will be conscious of you. So, and that's why it can write like you. You understand? Because you have given it that personality. All right? Another thing that you can still do later. Many of you have been writing without AI, right? Go and dig up all those things. It's something I teach in the academy, but let me teach you. You dig up all the things you have written before without AI. Me, AI already sounds like me with his own addition. So before I could pick something, I have to go back before 2022. Okay? Upload it. You will give it instruction. Okay? Let's go back to ChatGPT itself. Many of you have been using it. Only those who just installed their own today. Okay? Are we on the... Okay? Let's do something else. There's a portion where it says, ask anything, right? That is where you type into. Okay? But I don't know whether you notice it. You have something you want to say. When you are typing it, you don't type all. You leave out some things. You know our brain is faster than our fingers. So we don't type everything. And because you are typing, you are doing a lot of work, you try to reduce your work and just summarize some things. But today you can talk to ChatGPT. So you can say everything you want to say. There is a tool called Whisper. It's an AI tool that you can attach. You can also use Whisper. But ChatGPT has that function. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it because we have a lot of crowd here. Anyway, when you put it close to your mouth. Now, one good thing about this method is if you're writing a book or whatever it is you're writing. Now, when you're writing a book, just like Madame did, she did not just write a book like that. She wrote a book that speaks her mind. I do 24-hour book writing and sales campaign in my academy. There's a lady, she lost a family member. So when I gave the assignment, 9:26, It's back. Thank you. So, like I said, there are many steps to writing a book, but we'll just do shortcuts. So think in your mind now, what kind of book do you want to write? Okay? So you need to type it. It will take some time. So we don't have energy to type. Right? So I'm going to do an example. I will tap on that microphone. I want to write a book on how you can use AI to pass JAM. The first time somebody said this, somebody asked, are you going to go into the examination hall with AI? No. You can use AI to prepare. So, there's this lecturer that comes to class and talks about how he defended his PhD, how he went to the UK to talk about health, even though he's not in the health sector, and so on and so forth. After sharing those stories, then he will just teach us something little. We'll come again next time. He repeats the story and teaches us something little. When we were writing the exam, he said 6 questions, and I was asking my colleague, that thing this man taught in class, if he uses that knowledge to write this exam, will he pass? But what did I do? He gave us a PowerPoint outline. I moved it to AI and prepared my own lesson notes, prepared my own examination questions, prepared my own answers, and I studied. And I went into the class and I wrote the exam. They said the result is I have not seen it, but I believe that I passed. So when you say to write exam, that's what we are looking at. Not cheating. Improve yourself. We are also going to use it as professionals. We need knowledge, new knowledge, and not just knowledge with modern knowledge with enough reference. Even research today, we have professors amongst us. Even research today, you don't need to go to library, Google, and all those things. We have AI tools that helps you. Now, I teach ethical use of AI. You cannot say you are doing research and you tell AI, I'm not saying this, and it writes from beginning to the end, and you submit it and say you have done research. That is not research. Research means AI helping you all the way. Find papers, analyze papers, and all those things. But you will control it and write your work. Okay? All right. So let me start again, please. I want to use AI. I want to write a book on how to use AI to pass JAM. My targets are secondary school students in their final year and those who have finished but have failed JAM several times. The idea is to give them a strategy or different strategies that they can employ to learn better and become better students, if possible. A students getting the highest marks. I don't know how to start. What will you advise? I just spoke what is in my mind. Don't worry, say everything. Now, the good thing about speaking is, as you're talking, some ideas will be coming to your head. You'll be adding it. And it will transcribe it. It has transcribed it. I should read it. No, this is not the answer yet. It's what I said. I want to write a book on how to use AI to pass JAM. My targets are secondary school students in their final year and those who have finished but have failed JAM several times. The idea is to give them a strategy or different strategies that they can employ to learn better and become better students. If possible, A students getting the highest marks. I don't know how to start. What will you advise? and I click, and it goes in. ChatGPT is very good at recognizing voice. Okay? There are some tools, when you speak, it writes something else. ChatGPT is very good at it. And this is what he gave me. You can also do the same thing on your laptop. It says, this is actually a very smart book idea. Not because AI is trending, but because most students preparing for JAM are studying the wrong way. And he gave all this thing. So he gave me the process, define the real promise, and so on and so forth. Okay? And so on. So now, I will ask him, I'm not going to read it because I don't have the time. Now that you have given me this advice, give me 3 titles for the book I want to write. So do you see we are making progress, right? How many of us have started using it? Okay, do you have a result? It's transcribing what I gave it. So now I'm asking for a book title. I'm asking for a book title, and it's going to give me some title. We're still going to come back to clinical use. It's just as I was talking, this idea, just say, let me just finish this one. Option number 1, 300 in JAM with AI. Famraji, let me open my... So it's giving me options. 300 plus in JAM with AI. Subtitle: how smart students use AI to study better, learn faster, and score higher. The second option is the AI So the second option is the AI student, a practical guide to passing JAM with ChatGPT and other tools. Then the third one is study smarter with AI, the new learning system for JAM success. And in each case, it gave reason and which direction the book goes. Right? How many of you have tried? What book are you writing? You've tried it. So what did you get? Please say. So it works, oh? Are you happy? Okay. So we can go forward from here. I'll do only the next 2 steps only. Okay. I choose option 1. Give me table of content for this book. Not more than 8 chapters. So do you see how we are progressing? Step by step. Now, for writing a book, right, it is not high stake at this level. It is not high stake. That's why I'm going it this way. However, when the work is ready, I will still go back. Now impute myself in it. However, even before then, when it gives me a chapter or a topic, I will tell it how I want it to be. Especially for high stake environment. Health, education, law, finance, and all those things, you want to be sure that whatever it is correct. I have a book, a product that I'm selling on prostate health. I have a product on prostate health. One of the points about exercise, it says 75 minutes twice a week. And I said, no. What we are taught is what? 30 minutes, 5 times a week, right? So, you see, I have the domain knowledge. I am in charge. So, I'm not allowed you to dictate to me. But guess what? I went to search, and there are authorities that says 75 minutes twice a week. If I had to take it hook, line, and sinker, and that information was wrong, it tells on my integrity. That's why you don't leave everything to AI. That is the part of the AI for ethical use of AI. Okay? Wow, it did not give me this thing. It did not transcribe it. Now, let's go on. I think they want to give me paper. Okay, don't worry. I will record more than what I taught in class. I want to give us an assignment. Yes. Shebi, we are clinical people. Oh yeah. Let's see your clinical work. There's a case study. Please, media, please, can you project this? Study. If your AI, use your pharmacy brain. You can do it. But I want to count the time between you and AI. This is a patient profile. Mrs. Adaeze O is 67 years old. Diagnosis: type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and chronic kidney disease stage 3. The current medication: metformin 1 gram BD, lisinopril 10 milligram once a day, amlodipine 5 milligram once a day, aspirin 75 milligram OD, atorvastatin 40 milligram once a day. Presentation: persistent cough and rising creatinine. So look at this and let's analyze. What is wrong with this case? Yes, ma. Can I hear you, ma? Lisinopril. So what does that mean? That is side effect, right? Or adverse reaction? Okay, that's one. What else? Metformin. What happens with metformin? You can't use metformin in this case. Okay, what else? Lisinopril and what? Lisinopril and metformin. Okay, that is the work you do, right? So some of us, we may miss some things there, but we are quick to catch what we are familiar with. Assuming it is not this regular, common drug, perhaps she went elsewhere. Maybe there's a doctor that traveled abroad, saw a drug, came, prescribed it. You have not seen it before, and you just feel that, let me do something here. So, sorry, I wanted to say we should type it in to our, but it's going to take time. Now, see what AI gives us. There's a drug concern. Metformin is contraindicated in CKD. All of us said that, right? So, you should switch. Because, of course, After discovering a problem, what do? You bring a solution. Then, lisinopril, you need to switch it to something else. Then, monitoring that you need to do, you need to monitor the EGFR. Some of us are non-clinical pharmacists. Plus 7 potassium monitoring is overdue. So you flag it for review because even the rising creatinine gives that indication. Now, there's polypharmacy. That is also one area where we have challenge. Adherence will be a problem. Okay? So you need to cancel or find which combinations will reduce the number of load that we have. If you type the same thing into ChatGPT, it's going to even give you deeper explanation. Now, you marry whatever AI gives you with your professional knowledge. Now, for most of us, it might take some time. Some of us may need to consult official books. But with AI, it can do it for you very quickly. Now, we don't have time to do what we say we want to do, right? But we have pharmacists, right? Now, I want you to type Gemini. If you have an Android, it's automatic. Gemini.google.com. I want to make us artists. On your browser. .google. Any number, it doesn't matter. Yes. So, okay, if it asks you to log in, choose any of your Google accounts and log in. If it asks you to log in, choose any of your Google accounts to log in. Have you opened it? Okay. So, we want to do design. ChatGPT can do what we want to do, but I want us to use other tools. So that it's not just ChatGPT, ordinary ChatGPT. I want mine to load. So you will see create image. Did you see that? Click on create image. So I will click on mine here. Now, on the right-hand side, you will see Pro. If you are using the free account, it gives you Pro for like 3 to 5 creations. Subsequently, it removes you from Pro. Don't worry. Stay on fast. It will still give you very good result. This same account, you can use it to create video, but I don't have time to do that now. So, now, what flyer will you want to create? Choose anything. So, I'm asking it to create a flyer. Okay. I typed, create a flyer for a pharmacy called Gambo Pharmacy, advertising and outreach to commemorate World Malaria Day. Part of the activities include free tests, free drugs, and counseling. It will hold on 10th June 2026 at Mararaba Junction in Abuja. So I will click submit. Let's see what it's going to create for us. So it will start creating the image. Now, I don't even have an idea what it's going to create. However, you can control what you want it to create. Right? You can control what you want it to create by giving it more information. Now, there is something I was supposed to talk about which is called prompting. We are mothers here. You ask a child, go to the kitchen, get me a cup of water. This child goes to the kitchen, brings a cup of water. Meanwhile, you are having a chat with somebody else, and the child comes and says, Mommy, here's the water. Where do I keep it? As a typical African woman, you say, put it on my head. And the innocent child place the cup on your head. What is the consequence? Now, between the child and the mother, who was wrong? Who was wrong? Some mothers want to be defensive like normal African mothers. The child listened to instruction. Garbage in. The child does not understand sarcasm. He said, put it on my head. And as an obedient child, that is what happened with AI. If you are working with AI and you do not give the proper information, see my flyer. See my flyer. It can be better, but what I want to show is, you see how quickly I'm able to create a flyer. How very quickly I was able to create it. Now, when you give it better instruction, you can do more. Okay? Now, the last one is our website creation. Who needs a website? Give me a name. So, I'm not able to give it all the information, but I will just give you some information. This is the last thing we are going to do. While we are waiting for the design, I will share one or two things. When the design is up, all of us go. I asked it to create a website for a herbal, an e-commerce pharmacy website for a herbal pharmacy called Gambo Natural Pharmacy. Let's see what it does. Okay, I wanted to show us something. I want to show you some tools. Do you see this tool? I created it in less than how many minutes? What it does is for you to create campaign. What I'm trying to bring out here is, today, with no-code technology, you don't have to pay coders to create simple tools in your pharmacy. You can create tools that you can use for your day-to-day activity, repetitive activities. Okay? You can create tools for them. See this tool. NGO Smart Reporting. I was speaking at an NGO conference and I created this tool to show. One of the things that NGOs do a lot is writing reports, right? So sometimes it takes a lot of time to write a report. I created this tool to make it easier. Now, of course, if you work in an organization, you are going to give it more details. so that the output is aligning. I just created something very simple to help you with your work. I imputed the information, the feed work, and here it is, generate. It will analyze and create a report for me. So on the, what do you call it? No, the recorded version, I'm going to go further than that. I want you to save this number. Save this number. You will send a WhatsApp message to the number. It will reply you with a message. There's a link to a WhatsApp group, AI for Innovative Health Delivery. Click and join the group. That's where I'm going to share the video when it's ready. And the webinar of next week, that's where I'm going to share the link to attend the webinar.
Please, can we get a standing ovation for him? If you're happy to be here and you learned something today, please, can we give pharmacist Nmadu a standing ovation? We're not clapping. A standing ovation, please. He flew all the way from Kaduna to come and do this. Can we give him the locomotive clap again? So follow me. 1, 2, go. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We now go on for the BGM. National Chairman. Before we start, I think the head of the electoral committee have some announcements for us. So I'll hand the microphone over to pharmacist Margaret Van FPSN, a past national chairman of the Association of Lady Pharmacists. Please, let's appreciate her. Please, can we clap? Why are we not clapping?
Hello. I want my national chair. You do better.
Please, we've announced this earlier on. Meet the national treasurer at the back of the hall to get your receipts and the ALPS staff close to the food table. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon. If you don't want to stay here till the end of the day and get your results in the night, please be attentive. I know you are a bit tired and you are still trying to absorb the AI stuff.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pharmacist Adesheson Lawal. I'm the regional lead for OTC Rekit Nigeria, South and Southeast region. Okay, so I'm expecting the slide to show up, and then on or before that, I'd love to tell you that, yes, thank you, IT team. Okay, so I would love to tell us about appropriate reflux management and their perspectives. So before we move on, we have basically three perspectives we would want to speak from. The perspective of the patient, the perspective of the physiology, and the perspective of the HCP, being a doctor or a pharmacist. So you would notice that from the first slide, what is bringing out here is that the patients usually communicate their own way, and it may not necessarily be showing what the medical terminology is all about. It means when they come to your pharmacy and they complain to you, they use a lot of words, e.g., if they want to tell you about regurgitation, they might be saying that they are having acid reflux. Meanwhile, that's not exactly what the situation is. Another example is they may be experiencing reflux, and then they tell you that they are having heartburn. Now, how do we differentiate all of it? We pay attention to the storyline. In any storyline they give us in the pharmacy, it will always go through these 7 routes, e.g., a sour taste, a bad breath, a stomach discomfort, stomach burning, sharp rising pain in the esophagus, throat burning, and chest burning. If any of the conversation goes this route, we already know where the treatment line is headed. This is the physiological route of the perspective. Now, for us to understand the physiology of heartburn, basically we need to put in mind 2 things: the lower esophageal sphincter and then the acid reflux. Okay. I see what is happening to your, okay. Good. So, this is the lower esophageal sphincter. There is a valve action around the diaphragm. When the lower esophageal acts as a valve to allow food, but stop stomach content refluxing. Then there's another temporary valve opening. It is good, of course, for food to come out, but the bad part is it may allow gastric reflux. The last part is defective lower esophageal sphincter. If that lower esophageal sphincter is compromised, now that's where the real issue is. But what now then happens? If the lower esophageal sphincter is bad, that's when the reflux starts occurring. But if you look at the second point, which is the acid pocket, that's the second point where the heartburn can be felt. How do we know what acid pocket is? Normally when we eat food, there should be reduction in, acidity. Unfortunately, immediately we eat, because digestion has to take place, the acid quickly comes up on top of the stomach content, which is the food, the water, and whatever we drank with it. And that happens in like 15 minutes. That is where the pressure of acid reflux starts building up. And this is what I'm saying. The red portion there, I think I'm struggling with the use of this. The red portion there, that is called acid pocket, that is where that acidity will build up on top of the food and whatever we have drank with it. That happens in like 15 minutes. This is the real reason why there will be a reflux. What I'm trying to say in essence is that if there is no acid pocket, there can never be reflux. And if the reflux is about to happen, if the lower esophageal sphincter is not compromised, that reflux will still not happen. So we need 2 things to go wrong: the acid pocket pressure and then the lower esophageal sphincter compromised. When these 2 happens, then we are sure the person is going to have a heartburn. So I hope I'm able to summarize these points. Okay, so when that happens, what does the patient experience? The symptoms. So symptoms can come from three components. In the acidity of the stomach, we've got acid, we have bile, we have pepsin. In any of the symptoms that's going to happen, it will be different and go worse from acid to bile to pepsin. In all of this, what is constant is that there will be pain, there will be impact appearing to distinct from that of gastric acid, and then there will be injuries. That is, there will be like an abrasion. So as it goes down and it gets worse, it moves from treatment or prevention, treatment, and then surgery. Now, if we need to solve the problem and we get it right from knowing what exactly causes reflux, we can prevent all of this from happening by applying the right medication at the right time during the prevention or treatment stage. This is the whole summary of what I've been saying. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Now, what's the doctor's perspective? Most times when the doctors see patients with heartburn, it's almost automatic. Even in our pharmacy, if we remember, or we see our pharmacists prescribing, it's almost engraved in our minds that when they come, the first thing is we are giving PPI, we are giving antacid. And it's not usually like that. We would assist the patient to go to the second and third stages of this particular ailment. But if we are able to attack it from beginning and choose right, we can prevent all of that from happening. So this is what I'm saying. The shift from treating the disease into personalized plan. Now, what are we saying? Focus on escalating acid inhibition. This is what the doctor thinks, or the pharmacist on duty. Aiming at increasing and optimizing proton inhibitor, one-dimensional treatment approach. And it usually results in PPI overuse and overdosing. All of this can be prevented if only we follow the right plan. Now, we can have three approaches. This approach, so let me just say something on top. So treating the patient, there is a need to abandon the treatment ladder and then address physiological and lifestyle aspect up front. This is what I meant by trying to do the preventive approach. If we modify the lifestyle of the patient can even give better medical outcome, right? So going to IT, I'm really struggling with this. Is it a battery issue? It's not working. Okay. So trying to manage the symptoms of the patient, I think we have discussed that a whole lot. From the left angle, you will see that lifestyle advice is actually recommended. Weight loss support is recommended. Identification of dietary triggers is recommended. PPI and all of this is the next plan when all the other three had failed, and then surgery is the last option. The whole conversation we are having is how not to get to surgery. That's the main reason why we are having this conversation. So once we get it right, we don't have to get there. Physiological perceptive in basis, like the reassurance plus PPI is another plan. God-brain counseling is another plan. Cognitive behavioral therapy, relaxation of technique and diaphragmatic breath, and low-dose neuromodulators. Yeah. So start and continue with last five advice. If you check what is on top here, high fatty food, spicy food, acidic food, alcohol, caffeine, chocolate, carbonated drinks, I know what you are thinking. What do we then eat? If I tell you not to take all of this, don't take high fatty food, don't take spicy food, don't take acidic food, you are thinking in your mind, then what do we tell the patient to eat? Actually, I share in your concern. I myself have not succeeded in avoiding all of this. And I myself am a patient. So it's okay, but the best way that would have managed this patient is we know the kind of patient we are dealing with. Patients are compliant than some other patients. The ladder of which they respond to complying is different. So when we know the kind of patients we are dealing with, we know the extent of advice we want to give. Now, the second thing is changing bad habits, like don't eat late, eat small meals. We know in this population, majority of us binge eat, we eat small, and then we eat late because of all the things we have to do. Losing weight, stop smoking, raise all of this, we need to consider the patient we are treating to know what to do. So now, what are the alginate antacid have as a physiological action? This is what I'm guessing at. There is, if you use the right plan, and there is need for you to treat a reflux, once you use our Gaviscon, it goes to that acid reflux area, the one I described earlier. It kicks that acid reflux and stays there for 4 hours after actions in 3 minutes. Now that is what Gaviscon gives that any other antacid in the world, I dare to say, doesn't do. I mentioned earlier what were the causes: lower esophageal sphincter deforming and then acid reflux. So if you have something that kicks the acid reflux area in record time, in 3 minutes, stays there for 4 hours, you are rest assured that that patient is covered at least for afternoon, morning, and night. So the last thing I want to show us is the bar, and I'll end it here. So if you see this bar chart, it's saying not all alginates are the same. I know you know Gaviscon double action. You also have some medication in your pharmacy that claims alginic acid. This is the difference. If you check this chart, Gaviscon double action has the highest bar chart, followed by Gaviscon peppermint. And then you can see other brands. We're careful not to use Nigerian brands, so we don't demarket ourselves. The second thing is Gaviscon forms stronger rafts. That's the bar chart showing Gaviscon double action highest, Gaviscon second, everyone else full. And mind you, the brands we use here are actually multinational brands used in US and Asian markets. Then the Gaviscon rat have the longest duration of acid neutralization as well. So when you have something that gives you cover on all the 4 channels, I don't think there is any way I could tell you more that Gaviscon and Gaviscon double action is the best form of medication for heartburn and indigestion. Thank you.
Thank you. Round of applause to Rekit for that beautiful presentation. We move over to the BGM. National Chairman, we are ready. Thank you.
Okay, let's start getting ready for the BGM. Call your state members if they are not here, because once the roll call is taken, and that's it. That's part of the accreditation. So begin to call your state members who are not in this hall. Let them begin to come in and settle down.
Good afternoon once again. So we start the BGM with 2 prayers, a Muslim prayer and a Christian prayer. Now, our Muslim sisters need to go for prayers. If they will let us know when they are leaving, it will help us so that their accreditation will be done before they go out. Am I understood? Hello? Our Muslim sisters might go out for prayers. So they should go to the accreditation decks before they go out for prayers. Let the accreditation be done before they come back in. And their prayers are normally not too long, so they can come back and catch us up wherever we are. So we take the opening prayer by Professor Osadebe. Prayer by Professor Osadebe. Muslim is Professor
let us pray. Our Father God in heaven, we come before you this morning, Thank you for the miracle of keeping us from yesterday when we met and dispersed. How it is that you kept us overnight, we slept, no news of any casualty. How it is that you restored us to life this morning. We do not take these things for granted. We thank you for you have gathered us once again. We ask, O Lord, as we run through this BGM, you will give us wisdom of your spirit so that best decisions can be taken, and grant us the strength, the spiritual strength to implement our decisions. In the name of Jesus we pray.
Thank you, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We thank Allah for this day. We thank Allah that the Biennial Conference has come and it's progressing. We pray for the ESCO that will be the ESCO taking charge of the elections, which is the highlight of this conference. We pray that everyone that is chosen is the best for the positions, and we pray that the people that will not win will be gallant losers. We will pray that everyone will abide by the results that are announced today. We pray for safe journey back to our destinations, and we are always in the thankful mode. We are grateful for today, for tomorrow, for yesterday. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Thank you, Prof. We have the agenda, what is posted on... Hello? We have the agenda, and it's posted on the Coal City platform. We didn't make copies. It's expensive, and it's also wasteful, because before we know it, papers will be flying on the floor, and I have an environmental bias, so paper is made from trees, and so we conserve trees. So we have E agenda. Please, we follow through the agenda. So the National Secretary will be calling the agenda items as it is, and you have it on the Coal City platform as well. I believe the next thing is opening remarks by the National Chairman. National Secretary, repost it so that it's current. It will be the new thing on the platform. People are looking for it. When I give my remarks, the manifesto. So immediately after my welcome remarks will be the manifesto. I want to especially recognize our senior colleagues in the House, Professor Femi Bangoyewo, Professor Osadebe, Professor Kola Mustafa, our past national chairman, Pharmacist Chief Morundia. Mommy, I didn't get your name. Pharmacist Ngozi Nmadu, Pharmacist Uju, other distinguished senior colleagues in the House, and my dear sisters and friends, good afternoon. It's not a long speech. Everything I wanted to say to us is in the brochure, the conference brochure, so we can go through it. But all I stand here this afternoon to do is to say thank you for your support through the 4-year journey. Thank you for being the foot soldiers that has made the name of ALPS a reference point, a standard, a comparison. Thank you for making us proud as an ESCO. Thank you for everything that has come to ALPS, the Association of Lady Pharmacists, through these 4 years. We have seen the good, We have not seen the ugly much. We have lost colleagues. In the course of this tenure, we have lost spouses. We have lost, the very first year we took on, my national secretary lost her husband. It was a tough experience. But to the glory of God, she has pulled through and is here with us, navigating through life without a partner. Thank God for the grace. We lost some colleagues in the States. We lost a very senior colleague in Kaduna and across other states. But that also is life. There is time to be born and a time to die. So we thank God for the friendship we enjoyed with the colleagues who are departed. I think in the course of my tenure as well, we lost our founding mother, Ami Purple, right? Or Ami Green. So as a mark of respect, she was the founder of Association of Lady Pharmacists. Can we just rise up and pay honor to our departed founder? She died in US and was buried in US. That is why we didn't participate much in the funeral rites. But may the soul of our dear Mommy Amy Green and the soul of other lady pharmacists departed and souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Amen. The Association of Lady Pharmacists has evolved through the years. I'm not crediting any success to my tenure. I made success on ground and I built upon the success. And I'm hoping that the next ESCO will also build upon the success. We've recorded great heights. I came in with a manifesto or with a mindset of the things to do, and I can thank God who has enabled me to achieve much of what I had in mind to do. I had planned that we would get ourselves registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria, so that we'll have our own CAC. That we achieved. We have a CAC. We are registered as a corporate entity in the country. I had a mindset of getting us registered with the tax authorities. We don't pay tax, but we're registered with them so that our banking operations can be seamless. So we have a TIN number now, or a TIN now, and we're comfortable with our banking operations. I had a mindset of having engagement with the young ones, and of course we do that every year. We celebrate excellence, all the outstanding scholars across the faculties of pharmacy, best graduating students, and we hold mentoring programs with them. We had a mindset of having a website, and we have a website. And our website is operational, and all states of the country are hooked on the website. So you are expected to launch or forward your activities on your state page on the website. We have a national office in the National Secretariat, functional and operational. And we can receive our guests there, so we're not patching anywhere anymore. Our dear sister Nkiru helps us look over our office. Nkiru, where is she? She's the admin manager at the Secretariat, and she's also our admin manager in our office. We appreciate you, ma. And many other things we have tried to do as an ESCO. With gratitude to God, we have had 2 very, very successful biennial conferences. The 16th Biennial Conference in Edo 2022, piloted by my own steez, Rami baby, Dr. Rami Mohammed. Please stand up and take a bow. Yeah. And this current 17th Biennial Conference, which will end, which I'm counting the hours so that I can have a good rest. And it's also being piloted by one outstanding, committed, dedicated sister God has given to me in the name of Dr. Titilayo Onedo. Please stand up and take a bow. Thank you. We appreciate the state chairmen that were hosts to this state. Edo State was piloted by Pharmacist Grace Ereme. Where is she? Come and take a bow. We had it good. We had it good. We had it good. Okay. And we're having it good in Enugu State. Pharmacist Chinwe, where are you? So this is our capacity. This is what we can do as an association. Like I've said, we are a reference point. Somebody was telling me, I have been telling PSN to organize conferences the way ALPS organizes our conferences. So you can see that all eyes are on us because of the good thing we're doing. So I want to thank you all. The hall is capacity filled. It can only be God. Thank you, my dear sisters, for your support, for your encouragement, for the love, and for everything. And I wish you all greater gains in life through the years. As I take a bow, I still remain your sister, I still remain your colleague, I still remain your friend. If for any reason I have done anything that has offended anybody, just take it that I'm only being human. Because to err is human. I may have done it intentionally or not intentionally, but find a place in your heart to forgive me. And if my ESCO has done anything, also find it in your heart to forgive us. We are only being human. We can only learn from the mistakes. I also wish to request that it is better when you open up to someone and tell the person where the person has erred, rather than backbiting the person. It's not nice, it's not fair, it's not good. Some elements of backbiting has hit me real hard. And I didn't quite find that too good, but I've moved on. I wasn't deterred. I wasn't deterred in any way. God's grace has kept me. So I'm not sure any man will stop me. But it is also not good to try to fall people down when they're trying to move on. We're humans. And when you hear some of these things, it kills your zeal and your spirit. So let's stop this issue of backbiting people. It's not nice. It's not good. It's not fair. So as we continue this BGM, may God go ahead of us and grant us greater success. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. So, Elko, over to you. Secretary, over to you.
All right. Good morning. Okay.